For more on all of this, let's bring in House Judiciary Chairman, Congressman Jim Jordan. Jim, great to see you. Thank you for being here. First of all,
thank you, David.
Let me get right into the matter of these tapes that supposedly exist somewhere. Apparently, some Burisma executive was worried that some of what they were paying wouldn't pay off, or God knows for what reason. But he claims to have 17 tapes. Do you know where those tapes are, or even if they exist?
I don't know where they are. I don't know if they exist, but I do know Chairman Grassley, Senator Grassley, he's the guy who's worked with more whistleblowers in this town than anyone else. He's the guy who wrote the revised statute on the whistleblower. He thinks it's credible enough to bring this. The whistleblower brought it to him. He thinks it's credible enough to say it on the Senate floor. So I do know that. We'll just have to wait and see. What I do know is when I saw that document, there were so many redactions in it, and it's not a classified document. So remember the FBI's history here. The FBI said, first of all, well, we won't even confirm whether the document exists. Then they said, well, it exists, but you can't see it. Then they said, well, it exists, but we'll let the chairman and the ranking member see it. Finally, they let the full committee see it. I got to see it last week, but they still had all kinds of redactions. So that to me is a problem because, again, it's not classified. And this is a source they had for multiple years who they paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to, who was credible, who they compiled. This is an FBI document. They produced it. They wrote this stuff down. That, I think, is a problem.
Well, you know, there's another possibility here, and I only mention it because we know what happened with the Hunter Biden laptop that the FBI had for months and months and months while everybody was discussing whether it was real or not. Is it conceivable that the FBI might actually have these tapes?
I think that, who knows? But you're right. They had the laptop for a long time, and they not only kind of kept that secret, they actually did this pre-bunking operation where they told people, the FBI and everyone else, they told people be on the lookout for certain things, pre-bunking the story that came out ultimately in the New York Post. That was accurate. So, I just don't know. What I do know is when I read the document, one thing that jumped out to me was the confidential human source is telling the foreign national, he says, hey, you might want to stay away from the Bidens or shady folks, is basically what he said. And then the foreign national says back to the source, he says, not to worry, we use so many bank accounts, they'll never find us. And I thought the key line, David, was he said, and we never paid the big guy directly. Now, that's the second time someone's used that term, and this time it's someone who's on the paying end. The other time we heard about it was someone on the receiving end, a partner of Hunter Biden. So we have people on both sides of the equation using that same term, and it sort of raises the fundamental question. If the big guy isn't Joe Biden, who is it?
Well, and to the point of the many bank accounts and the suggestion by that informant that it's gone through so many different bank accounts, it would take 10 years to unravel a thing. Then you had the president joking about it. At that question was shouted to him about where the money. He said, "Where's the money?" He joked about where's the money. I mean, it's almost like he knows that it's so well hidden that they're never going to find it.
Well, when you have 20 different companies, LLCs and corporations you've set up, and you have, what, 150, 160 suspicious activity reports that our Treasury put together. And I always tell folks, in that term, suspicious activity reports, the key word is the word suspicious, so much so that our Treasury Department in the Obama-Biden administration put these reports together. That sort of tells you something. Again, I don't know if the mainstream press out there, the left-wing press ever picked this up, but it sure seems suspicious in a big sense to, I think, anyone who's paying attention.
Now, if there's more evidence, more than just circumstantial evidence, but specific evidence that leads to questions about what he did when he was vice president, might even suggest that there was a bribe that was paid in there when he was vice president. That's not when he was president. Would that be an impeachable offense, something that happened before he actually became president?
It would sure seem so. And again, if you go down that road, I say this all the time, that's a question for the entire Republican conference. We got to be driven by the facts. And if we make a decision to go there, I think that's got to be something we decide as a whole, as Republicans in the House of Representatives. But we got to just right now compile and gather all the facts we can. It's, again, underscores why we want the unredacted 1023 form, this document that the FBI put together. And if they do have these tapes, if they exist, we'd love access to those as well.
Yeah. By the way, there was a sort of back and forth in the Senate with the assistant FBI director about all of this, what he knows, what he has, et cetera. Let me just play that for you and get your reaction. Roll tape.
Sure.
I'm just not going to comment on information we received, investigations, or
Do you owe
ongoing
an
matters.
obligation to the American people to be candid about evidence of corruption by the President of the United States?
This is an area that I'm not going to get into with you, Senator.
Because you're stonewalling and covering up serious allegations of evidence of corruption from the president.
I didn't hear an acceptable answer to those questions. Did you?
No, I didn't, because he didn't give a reason why he couldn't answer the question. He just said, I'm not going to answer the question. Well, is it because it's classified? No, we know that's not the case because you've told us that. This is a document that you put together. It's not classified. Is there an ongoing investigation? Yeah. You haven't told us that affirmatively. So what's the reason why you can't answer the senator's question? More importantly, what's the reason why the American people, we the people, can't have access to something that's pretty darn important when you're thinking about the commander-in-chief?
Congressman, real quick, I want to switch gears. You subpoenaed Sirius and Climate Action 100 Plus today to get communications and documents related to the advancement of ESG, the environmental, social governance policies. What do you think you're going to find there?
We'll see, but I think everyone's nervous about this push on ESG and how it can hurt companies and maybe the antitrust component of how they're coordinating on advertising and everything else for these companies. So we want that information. This is all part of this broader investigation we're doing into how agencies are being used to go against the American people, in this case, American companies. So we'll see what kind of information we get back.
You got your hands full, young man. I hope you have time for all of this stuff. It's a lot going on inside of Congress. Jim Jordan, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.